just had a thought and I just wanted to record what I'm thinking about it. As prices of food go up and the prices of transportation go up and so forth, I was just wondering, I live in a what I would call kind of a rural suburb. It was never fully a subdivision. There are subdivisions within it, but the area I live in was never really developed quite like that. So it's got properties with a little bit of land. A lot of the properties have a long, narrow lot on which they may have a garage or something, or a pool. And as prices of food go up and so forth, I was just thinking, okay, how could we make my suburb, I can't speak for any others, but my suburb and my area of my suburb, agrarian enough to be sustainable, an organic, sustainable suburb. Very few properties have enough land to plant wheat on, but there could be some corn. No farm animals are even allowed within city limits. You have to get variances to even do that. So you can't have chickens, you can't have rabbits, you can't have a goat, things like this. Things like smaller animals that could make a difference for a family. Chicken, I'm not a vegetarian, even though I like vegetarian food, but I'm not a vegetarian, so Now, you can grow vegetables to your heart's content. You can have a garden in our suburb. There's no problem there. My garden is way behind schedule, as a matter of fact. Parts of it are and parts of it aren't. The parts of it that are on schedule are coming up. The plants are coming up. I'm going, okay. But the things I planted would not sustain me through a winter. I have the materials to do canning, but I have not really done it alone. I helped my mother do canning when I was a kid. I know the principle, but I certainly don't have enough jars to sustain me through a winter. See, that's what I'm trying to get to. How could a suburb do like the Victory Gardens of World War II, just to be sustainable so that your food is closer and you know where it comes from, it's from around your area. A lot more cities do have farmers markets. But when you have rules in our city that say you cannot have any farm animals, I think that's where we would have to look at variances, approvals, to have a goat for some milk. So you could make your own yogurt, your own cheese, get your own milk. A goat's good for that. Kind of what they do. I don't want a flock, but one goat might come in handy. Chickens, rabbits. I'm not talking cows and sheep. I don't want sheep. Maybe we could make a rule against the sheep. Not that I don't like sheep, but they stink, man. They stink. I mean, all animals can stink, but sheep have a particular je ne sais quoi, shall we say. So, but the smaller farm animals, like the goats and chickens, rabbits, whatever else you could raise that would be small, that would not be... The problem with chickens is roosters, waking everybody up too early. I see that as a problem. I would not appreciate a rooster waking me up. I would not appreciate 10 roosters in 10 neighbors' yards all waking me up at the same time, you know. But is this what we're going to have to look at? I mean, think about your suburb if you live in one for a moment. Think about where you live in the city. There are gardens in cities. There are gardens where you can plant your own garden and tend your own garden, and in a plot where other people have their own gardens. So I may not be the best gardener, but I have had relatively large gardens in my past. My food garden is not big right now. It's intermixed with my floral garden. I just intermixed everything. I have tomatoes along with flowers, you know, peppers, you know, with my flowers. I don't see a problem with that. But what do you think? How would you make the area you live in sustainable with more local food, so there was less trucking, less gas used to bring your food to you? And would it sustain you through a winter? Or are we all going to be living on freaking government cheese? You know, it's like, oh my. So, government cheese is cheese. It's just American cheese, which is not my favorite cheese. But what if I had my own goat? I'd have to milk that goat on a regular basis. I couldn't take a day off. It's the farm life. You can't take a day off. But could I make my own cheese? My own yogurt? I know I love that yogurt that I buy at the health store, but could I make my own? When I was a kid, my mom made yogurt. She got a yogurt thing that had cups and a starter and made yogurt, and it was pretty good. So how would you make your living city, town sustainable? Do you think a lot of people could do their own gardens and put up some food over the winter to keep them from starving if there were a crisis or something? You know, I don't know. They say the gas price will be at its peak during August, but it's been high already, enough already. And I don't know, how do we make this sustainable in the suburban life where you're used to going to the store? You go to the store, you run errands, and what if instead you had to telecommute from home and take care of farm animals? Well, I have trouble enough taking care of one dog. He ain't no farm animal, and I ain't gonna get no cheese from him with any luck at all. So, what do you think? How could you make where you live more sustainable, more local produce? Any thoughts? Please let me know, because I'm looking for ideas. I mean, I'm a gardener, but it's not going to sustain me over the winter. No way. So I'll have some nice tomatoes during the summer. That you know, that'll be it. But let me know. Thanks.